That's good.
Killing Floor 2 from Tripwire Interactive is actually getting quite a bit of coverage at the moment, and that's largely down to the fact that it has a full PS4 Pro ready to launch, which seems to be a good way to get yourself spotted. Now here we're looking at the standard PS4 after the beta has been released to us this weekend, which we can sample and see how it plays. Now this is an online version only, but there is a single player portion, and this basically runs like Left 4 Dead, with all of you playing around and killing everything in sight and trying to stay alive. In fact, it's very much like the zombie mode in Call of Duty, a title I'm currently working on and should be up later today or early hours of tomorrow morning. So this is a beta, it's an early analysis, we're not going to get too carried away with the performance, but it is what I'm going to centre on. Now overall, the game is clean and competent looking. It is an Unreal 3 engine, but it has been heavily modified by the team. But it still has that unmistakable Unreal 3 engine look to it, but it does use screen space reflection and some nice texture work in places. The Pro version does actually support the ultra textures using the extra RAM available in the PS4 Pro to improve the quality of those visuals and obviously the resolution itself, which is increased over the 1081 running on the PS4 here to something around 1600 by 1800, which is then used to checkerboard render back up to the full 2160 resolution of a 4K display. But you can learn slightly more about that in my AA analysis and also my PS4 Pro videos, which I have much more in the works at the moment, and I have been speaking to developers directly on this, so this should be very exciting for many waiting for more information. But not the frame rate. The game is running unlocked at a target of 60 FPS, but how close does it get? Well, as you can see on screen in sections of multiplayer here, using axes, guns and whatever else you can to keep your arse alive, the game does drop to a low of 35 and it holds on to that 60 rate not that well at all in action if we're being perfectly honest. Now I do need to stress that this is an early access beta, therefore this is not a final release version or code, and there's much more optimization and work coming from the team, and this may and probably is most likely not even the latest version they have internally. That said, for a game that launches in just under 2 weeks, you would have expected the average to be more around the lines of the 50s and 60s, not more around the lines of the 40s. Now there is improvement that can come from the game, and some of the issues do look to be something they can fix in the codebase, as it drops frames even when there's not much action on screen. But there is definitely work to do here on the performance, and a game that's targeting 60 FPS at this close to launch, you would have expected more solid sections of gameplay that hold on to the 60 FPS or 16 millisecond refresh rate rather than dipping down into the low 40s. It should really be pushing more towards the 60s. But there is work to be done and a few weeks left, and this is probably not even the latest version like I've already said, so fingers crossed it will be improved. It is fun and the action is quite frenetic as you play, but I can't see me holding hours and hours of my time playing this title. But it may appeal to a much greater audience than myself. Not every game is for everybody, mind, and I will be covering it in more detail and depth once I get my copy for both the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and obviously the PC when that version launches as well, which you can also get access to via Steam and early access at the moment. Anyway, that's all from me. I'm off. I'll see you soon on more coverage of both this game, other games, and of course the forthcoming PS4 Pro, which hopefully I should be picking mine up as you watch this video at the moment. Fingers crossed. You guys and girls take care, and I'll see you on the next one.
That's your mama.